We're about to witness a clash of titans as Dick the Bruiser steps into the ring, but not before Ivan Koloff drops a bombshell. Baron von Raschke is still alive and kicking. The stakes are high with the NWA World Championships on the line. But let's get real, folks. 6 man tag titles are a joke. It's a farce, a travesty, a championship abomination. How can 3 men claim to be champions of a title meant for 6? It's like trying to cram a square peg into a round hole. As we're introduced to the reigning champions, Krusher, Kruschev, Ivan Koloff, and Nikita Koloff, I'm left scratching my head. These legends of the ring are about to face off against Dick the Bruiser, Baron von Raschke, and the Krusher in a battle of ENWA versus the 8WA. Krusher, Khrushchev attempt at a Russian accent falls flat, but Nikita Koloff more than makes up for it with his signature growl. The crowd is electric, with one sign in particular catching my eye. Kill the commies emblazoned with a sickle logo and a bold red line through it. The subtlety of American wrestling fans. As the bell rings, it's the Russians versus Baron von Raschke, Dick the Bruiser, and the Krusher. But let's not get too caught up in the patriotic fervor. Baron, Dick, and the Krusher aren't exactly representing the fatherland here. Baron von Raschke's Nazi persona is a curious thing. Once a detestable heel, he's now beloved by the crowd for his role in saving Greg Gagne from certain doom. It's a strange phenomenon, unique to the world of wrestling, where a former Nazi can become a fan favorite. But hey, that's just the magic of the squared circle. Vern Gagne's WA is starting to feel like the Aryan Wrestling Association. Am I right? It's like they're only catering to a very specific demographic. I'm searching for some diversity in the crowd, but all I see is a sea of Anglo-Saxon faces. The bell rings, and suddenly we're in the midst of a chaotic brawl. Dick the Bruiser is going to toe with Ivan Koloff yanking on his beard like it's a furry little stress ball. The Russian contingent is quick to gang up on Dick, and Ivan's already bleeding like a stuck pig. I mean, is that a national pastime or something? The Russians have a secret fondness for self-inflicted wounds. Something's off about this match, though. It's like the commentary is being delivered in a tone that's equal parts sarcastic and bizarre. Baron von Raschke is getting cornered, but he's fighting back with all the ferocity of a geriatric cat. Nikita, Koloff, and Baron are having a stare-down, and Raschke's got his claw at the ready. Nikita scurries away like a scared little mouse, and Baron takes advantage with a backdrop on Ivan. I'm left wondering how Baron's still behind the wheel, considering his advanced age and the American Wrestling Association's questionable standards. I mean, shouldn't they have revoked his driving privileges by now? Retaliates with a vicious knee, and Dick the Bruiser tags in, looking like he's smuggling a couple of spare tires under his arms. What's with the breast reduction, Dick? You're trying to fit into a smaller singlet. Dick's looking more like Dick the Loser, stumbling around the ring like a drunken sailor. This is the same guy who refereed the main event at Starrcade 90, and now he's wrestling shirtless like a geriatric Chippendale. He can barely move, but hey, at least he's still got some fight left in him. And that knuckle lock. More like a knuckle drag, am I right? You can say what you will about the AWA style in '85, but at least it gave guys like Krusher the chance to milk their careers for a few more years. And let's be real, these guys are still drawing a paycheck, even if they are stumbling around the ring like a bunch of geriatric hippos. On the babyface side, it's all about the emphasis on, well, liver spots, really. Meanwhile, Baron von Raschke, the ultimate babyface, not only delivers a picture, perfect leg drop, but also busts out a goose step, sending the crowd into a frenzy. I mean, what's going on here? It's 1985 and the Baron is getting a massive pop for a goose step. It defies logic then and now. Dick the Bruiser and Ivan Koloff face off, and Larry Nelson calls it a Mexican standoff between Americans and Russians. But then he remembers Baron von Raschke, the German, and suddenly it's a United Nations affair. Hold up, Larry. You're getting your wrestling terminology mixed up. A Mexican standoff is when Mascaras refuses to job and won't go through the curtain, not this international incident. The action spills out of the ring. After the Baron's goose-stepping extravaganza, he slaps on the claw and the crowd eats it up. Krusher gains the upper hand but gets tripped up and crotched on the top rope. Nikita Koloff jumps in, only to be cut off by Dick the Bruiser. Meanwhile, Krusher and Kruschev are brawling, with Larry Nelson at ringside. And somehow, amidst all the chaos, Baron von Raschke gets pinned by Ivan Koloff. It's a finish that's as confusing as it is abrupt, clocking in at a whopping 8 minutes and 54 seconds. This interpromotional match between the NWA's Russian contingent and the AWA's Old Guard is a mess. The American Wrestling Association team, with a combined age of at least 150, is supposed to be the face team, but they're dominating the Russians to the point of embarrassment. Ivan submits, but the ref is too busy to notice. Nikita hits the Baron with something. I'm not sure what, because the camera is elsewhere. And Ivan scores the pin. If I were Crockett, I'd want to erase this match from existence. The AWA team is running roughshod over the Russians, making it hard to take them seriously afterwards. The ending is as rushed as it sounds, and since Larry didn't see it either, we're left wondering what exactly knocked the Baron out. Nikita should have been the one running wild, but this is the American Wrestling Association, where logic often takes a back seat.